What is a gatekeeper? What is their purpose? What is inside the gate? Trying to get beyond those gates. The criteria always changes, but what are they protecting? What are they keeping you from? Access, and they have the key. Fuck all that. I'm here now.
The way they talk shit, the way they talk shit.
Whoa.
Okay.
What's good, my brother? What's good?
Everything is good, man. Today was a good day. Um, Today was a good day. I can't complain. I really can't complain. You know what I mean?
Today was a good day.
Today was a good day.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. How was your day?
My day was pretty good. Yeah, today was pretty good.
Nice.
I did some work. I didn't really write anything or anything. I'm just taking like a little break to build the like I don't know if it's you, but like you ever like take a break from taking pictures just so
It's
you
necessary.
get that
It's necessary. Sometimes it's just like it's like to get like a fresh,
yeah,
or like a fresh wind right in your sail. You know what I
right.
mean? Like, it's good to just, yeah. I mean, any creative person knows like that is something that usually happens.
Yeah.
There's necessary breaks you take because like anything, when you're just going, you could just burn out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times people wait till they burn out to take a break,
Right.
or you can realize like I need to take a break, and
Right.
then boom, So yeah, that's necessary.
Yeah, I needed to take a break. I had some time with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just needed some
Nah,
time.
that
So
sounds good, man.
yeah, resting is important. I think we live in a society that like if you're not doing stuff, you ain't shit. Not
Right.
necessarily you ain't shit, but like
But yeah, it's like you're wasting time.
time,
You could have
right,
been using blah blah blah.
right.
And the funny thing is, I've heard a lot of these like motivational speakers and these guys who own this like, you don't need to sleep 8 hours a day, do, and all, and it's like, I disagree.
You do need to sleep.
You need
I
to
mean,
sleep.
could you go through times that you're like, that you're like breaking night and trying to figure things out and doing that? Sure, yes, but to do it consistently, I don't know.
No, I mean, and for the people who can, more power to you.
Yeah,
But it's good to be able to just like USA and again take those breaks. You know what I mean? It's like leaving the past in the past. It's like, okay, fine. I did this. Last week. That's behind me. Let me just take a nice little break. And
yes,
talking about the past.
that's
Huh.
what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about leaving the past in the past. There's going to be a new year in a few days. So let's start with a clean slate. What do you feel is the importance of starting anew?
I mean, the importance of starting anew is just like we said, right? It gives you that fresh wind in your sail. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like when you are holding on to things, when you are carrying things that you should let go of. Like it weighs you down, it burns you out, it makes you unhappy. It drains your energy. Like there's so many negative things that happen to you on a psychological and physical level when you are holding on to stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the importance of letting things go and realizing like it's okay to do that is because of the fact that it makes you light on your feet. It makes your mind more clear, and you're able to execute whatever it is that you might need to now put into, like, I guess, rotation
Hmm.
and rotation. For me personally, thinking about, like, say like a bad breakup, right? Some
Right.
chick breaks up with you. You can hold on. Some people hold on to that kind of stuff for like a long
Sure,
time.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Even if you're like, even if you're in a good relationship now, you could still think like, not wanting to go back to that, but like, damn, I shouldn't have done this, or this went wrong, or that, right? And then you're dragging that into whatever else you're doing, right?
Right.
You know, we. I think it's difficult sometimes for a lot of us to forgive mistakes that we made and move forward, right? And if we can't do that, it's always that weight that's dragging on us that's not allowing us to get to where we need to get,
Hmm.
right? Like, okay, you need to make amends. There are normal things that happen that people beat themselves up for. Okay. Uh, if you need to make amends, but do something. Like you can't have
Right.
that
Right.
over your head forever, and like because it doesn't allow you to grow as a person. You're still partially the person who made those mistakes if you don't allow to yourself to grow from, okay, well, I didn't do this, or maybe I could have done this, or maybe I could have broken up with them better, or maybe like
Hmm.
maybe I could have tried harder, but
Hmm.
if I tried harder, then I wouldn't be here. And then everything happens. The flow of your life happens in the way that you want it to. You
Right.
may think like, oh, it's fate, it's this, but there may be some fate in it, but like most of the time, what you're looking for will find you if you keep on doing the things that you're supposed to be doing.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I'm with you on that for sure. Because it's kind of like, I mean, I'm thinking to myself right now, as far as like a ship is concerned, right? If a ship has its anchor in the water, that
mhm,
means it's just gonna stay there.
right,
You know what I mean? And a lot of times the past is like that. You hold on to the past. It anchors you in like a certain emotion. It anchors you in a certain kind of mindset, and you miss out on so much because of that.
yeah,
Like people who are bitter and angry and resentful about stuff that happened in the past that they haven't let go of, they're not really enjoying life, and they're not really experiencing life the way they can be experiencing life. Yeah, they will go and probably get into a new relationship, but if you haven't gotten over the last person, you bring all that energy into the new situation that you're in with this new person, you know, and you don't really get to really enjoy and build with this new person because you're still thinking about, you know, the last person who hurt you, and
right,
that X, Y, and Z, and all this other stuff. And it's just like, man, and that might even end up causing the new person to decide that they don't want to be part of your life because you just always seem like on edge, or you're not trusting, or you don't
right.
whatever, and all this other stuff. And it's just, if you had just learned to let go of the last person, then boom, you'll be able to enjoy the goodness that comes with this new person, and that's what every kind of like walk of life, right? People who focus on glory days. Oh man, when I was 20 something, I was able to do this and then that.
Right.
And it's like they can't even really enjoy being 10 years older because they're so focused on what they could have done back when they no like work with what you got now, and keep it moving.
Right. I think, yeah, but going back to that, and that was a good analogy about the ship. And then sometimes, ships do, even if they're anchored, they end up moving, but they move so slow.
Right,
They don't, that it takes way longer to get where you're trying to get because you're dragging all this stuff behind you, if it
right,
even moves,
right,
right?
right. And if it does
Um,
move, it's not moving too far because it's
no,
just
it's
like
not. It's
again,
not. It's
that
very
anchor is in the water.
right. And then
You
you're
know what I
wondering,
mean?
like, damn, why am I not here? Why am I not doing?
Right,
Yeah, that's it.
right.
That's it.
And is this important, man? 2021. I mean, listen, from 2019 to now has not been easy for a lot of us. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
for a lot of us, it's like, man, it's been 2 years of this COVID situation. For some people, they've been unemployed for the past year. For some people, they lost the business that they started right before COVID, and COVID took that away from them. And a lot of people are really just trying to find the hope and the energy and really build, you know, like that speed again to do things and excellent. And I get it. I understand 100%. I mean, a lot of us are going through that right now. But in hindsight, you got to look at the bigger picture and say, okay, you know what? This is what I've learned in the past 2 years. This is what I've learned this year. And that goodness that I have accumulated, I'm going to take it into 2022. So, that's the best you can do. Like, whatever life has taught you this year, take it to next year. And hopefully, you have tweaked some things and it's going to be a better year next year, which is literally in like what, 3, 4 days. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna.
let go of
Yeah,
the past.
yeah. Let's yeah. Let's check. Let's make sure that this next year we start fresh and try not to. You create your own world, right?
Hmm.
Like there are things. There are definitely exterior things that happen, right? But
Right.
um, how you deal with those things are dependent on you, right?
Absolutely. 100%.
So if this year, if more than anything, if you can this year, try to this is just for anybody listening in general. Just try to not take it as the end of the world. I mean, if you got cancer or something,
Yeah.
I'm sure,
Right. Yeah, that's
you're
rough. You're right.
talking about, if you lose your job or something, you know, even cancer. I mean, there's solutions for everything. You can try things. I know people that had cancer. I've known a few people that have had cancer recently, and they caught it early and they were fine. Afterwards, they had to have some surgeries and some chemo, but they got out of it. So just pay attention to your body, pay attention to your mind, and pay attention to your heart. And
Yeah.
um, these things you should be all right. Just pay attention to yourself. Don't get lost in trying to get to where you want to get, because you're going to get there. And
Right.
some people it's slow, some people it's fast, but you're going to get there.
Right.
But pay attention to it all, because it's all important to you. Because you could
Yeah.
be gung ho, sleep, not sleeping, creating the next dating app that is going to save the world. I don't know how that will happen, but uh, and then you're not paying attention to the headaches that you're getting, and you need a brain surgery. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just you know, accolades are important, but health is important as well. Um, and don't try to catch up with other people.
Right.
Everybody is on their own path. Take the time that you need. Don't waste time, but take the time that you need, and get to where you need to get.
Yeah, and I think one of the most important things too, especially with moving on from the past, is do not make yourself a victim. Because that is one of the easiest ways to remain in the past is to like, woe is me, and life seems to just be unfair to me, and
Yeah, but yes, like things happen.
things happen, but just recalculate. Be like the GPS in a car. It tells you to get off exit 66, and you happen to be driving so fast that you go by exit 66. It says recalculating, and it gives you another
Yeah,
route. You know what I mean? So you can get to where you're going. So rather than beating on yourself and not being gentle with yourself, just recalculate things. Take a minute to like woosah, sit back, look at the bigger picture, and say, okay, what can I do better next time, and just
yeah,
go with that. And that's just life. You'll always
and
have to be recalculating, and that's
yes,
okay.
yes,
That
and
is
I think that's a part
okay.
of life. I think.
Yeah.
Um, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, there's people that everything has to be perfect for them in order to succeed, and then they end up fucking other
Mm,
people
mm,
because they need if it has to be perfect for them, so they ruin it for other people. I was just thinking about like nepotism and like
ah,
people letting like kids getting into college that don't really deserve it, but their family
yeah,
has set them up in a way that they are able to get all these benefits, but they can only succeed if those things are perfect.
right,
They can't succeed through hardship because that's harder, right?
man,
They can only succeed when things are easy.
right,
So so yeah, that made me think of that. But yeah, this, and for the New Yorkers, there's a lot of trains that get to the same station,
right,
right? Some get there
right,
faster, some go local, some, you know what I'm saying? There's construction work. Some you gotta transfer, you gotta get on the bus to go across town to get on the train because it's not stopping on that stop. But there's a way to get there.
right,
There's always a way to get to where you want to go in New York,
right,
right? So let's figure out that way and you'll be fine.
right. And I'm with that 100%. It's so easy to get sidetracked and look at what is going on in other people's lives, and then you start like, oh man, and all this stuff. But stay focused. Let go of whatever disappointments that you may have in 2021. And again, just whatever you've learned that you feel is good um, about 2021, take it into 2022. Forget what you messed up in and blah blah blah. You're still alive. You're still healthy. You're not locked up in jail. You still have opportunity. You know what I mean? So keep it going, keep it moving, and don't let the past, make you a victim, or make you feel depressed or disappointed about your life, because you still got life.
You still got
You know what I
life.
mean? So just use it wisely.
Yeah,
And that
so
doesn't mean you're not going to make mistakes, but just again recalculate and try again, but leave the past behind.
there's this guy, his name was, rest in peace, the street doctor in Newark, Earl Best.
Mm,
He was arrested for like bank robbery. He was wilding when he was younger. He went into jail. Um and that some of that's under contention. But anyway, he went to jail. He became religious. He came out, and he was religious, but he wasn't fanatical.
mm,
And he he went to the streets and had tried to help the community. He helped people find jobs. He helped people, um, you know, get off of drugs, get off the streets, to find them homes. Like when he came out of jail, he made the no pun intended, but he made the best of his life. So and of other people's lives. So he died like 2 days ago.
oh
Uh,
wow.
yeah, but he was an important figure of the city, and people loved him because he did give a lot of himself to help his community because he knew that that's what he wanted to do. He didn't let those other things hold him back. He was, he was a felon. He was all this stuff, but he still made it past that, and he helped his people. So, you can get through things. It's difficult. It's not easy. You might have to take the D to get to the two,
Right.
but it's there.
There you go.
All right. And on that note, let's jump into the what of the week. Let's see. This is brought to you by the New York Post. I usually don't read the Post because sometimes they're a little here. But
Oh, boy.
so this hiker, this is from October. So this is
Oh,
old,
wow.
but I just thought it was funny because a hiker was lost for 24 hours and ignored calls from rescuers because of an unknown number. I don't pick up calls. They probably owe somebody money. I know I don't pick up calls from unknown numbers. So don't you ever call me from an unknown number because you will be lost or fall off a cliff. I cannot help you from being kidnapped or nothing. Make sure that I have your number. So apparently they didn't know that the team was looking for them. They ignored the phone calls because they didn't recognize the number. Yeah, and then they were just overdue based on their itinerary, but they were lost for 24 hours. I would have stayed lost. You would have stayed lost
Uh,
because I would not have picked up the phone. This is not something that I do. I'm not interested in picking up unknown. If it's a weird number, like what somebody called me from like Egypt today, and I was like, I'm not look at that Missouri. I don't know anybody in Missouri. Why are you calling me? If it's an emergency, sorry.
if it's an emergency, leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, people don't leave messages anymore.
Yeah, and that's why for me personally, if I see if your number is not saved in my
Right.
phone with a name, I'll see that number and I'm like, nah, because I've been getting calls from like Texas and Vermont. I'm like,
I don't know
what?
nobody out there.
No, nope. So I'm like, I'm good. And then after they hang up, I'll check to see if they left a message. If they didn't leave a message, I'm like, okay, well, you clearly weren't looking for me.
Right.
So bye bye.
And if I owe you money, you didn't tell me, then I don't know that I owe you money.
There you go. Done
I'm
deal.
sorry. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry. So if I'm lost, I'm gonna stay lost if you call me from an unknown number. That's it. All right. So let's say. So are you working on anything? What are you gonna do for New Year's?
New Year's, the lady and I were gonna go to DC.
Okay.
She's never been to DC. The last time I was there was some years ago, so I was just like, yeah, why not? Let's do something different for the new year. So that's where we will be, and that's that. Because we're not trying to be in Times Square. Because no, I'm not.
No,
I'm
you
not.
don't.
I'm
You
not.
don't need a. Yeah, no.
I'm not. I'm not stupid.
Yo,
And well, that's
you're
it.
not
What
stupid.
about you?
Yo, okay. First off, I just heard
Mhm.
about this shit called Jet Bus. It goes from
Jet.
DC to New York. It goes from DC to New York. It's like a luxury bus, and they have like zero gravity chairs, and they have like concierge service and all that.
What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe it's. Oh, it probably went up.
What?
Damn, I think it went up. It's like $100 one way.
Chill.
When it first started, it was like $35, but I think it went up
Well,
recently.
it got popular, and that's what happens when
Yeah,
things get
but they
popular.
got like champagne, like they serve. It's like a first class flight.
I gotta check that out when I get off the tube here with you, buddy.
Yeah, it's jet. What is it? It's jet bus.
JETBUS.
Yes, it's a jet charter bus.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it's. I saw it and I was like, oh, this looks nice. I like
Espe-
that.
Especially if they're serving champagne.
Yeah, they serve drinks like it's like first class.
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Jet bus, my man. So what are you doing? What are you gonna
Um,
get into?
Nothing, man. I'm probably staying home. Um, and Zoom over. Uh, Zoom New Year's with my family.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, we'll just probably stay home this year, and then I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a handful of edibles, and I will also be in DC, but outside of my body.
Listen, you'll be beyond DC, buddy. You gonna be somewhere in the universe.
I'm gonna be yes, far
Just
away.
enjoying life.
I will be far away.
It's gonna be like that song. Up in the air, my beautiful balloon. That's my rendition of that song.
Thank you. It was lovely. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you. No,
Yes,
thank you, dear.
99 one way.
Thank
And
you,
then
Joe Boss.
they leave from the Hudson Yards and then they drop you off at Metro Center, Washington D.C. Yeah, check it out. I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna check it out.
it's expensive, but check it out. See what's up.
I,
Because
I, I could I'll take them one way and then take something else coming the other
yeah,
way.
yeah. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. But yeah, it looks good. It looks nice. It looks classy, and there's plenty of space in there. I think it's so expensive because they like it's like two chair spaces between each chair. You get what I'm saying?
Got it. And I mean, I guess you could also recline nicely as well if
Yeah,
that's the case.
absolutely. There's plenty of space in between.
Oh,
Like they have motion canceling technology, so you don't feel the bumps.
I got it. Yeah, I want to experience that. I want to experience that at least once.
Yeah, a clean upscale. Yeah, they got complimentary beer and wine, 6 feet of leg room.
That's a lot of legroom.
You can sponsor us, JetBus.
Yeah, jet bus
Yeah, Jets high
for
five.
wow.
They got a hover seat, direct service, center city to center city. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
Well, listen, guys. If you're traveling from New York to DC, there's no other way to do it than jet bus.
Yeah, do that. Or if you want to be
Now,
like an attendant, they got attendant. They got jobs for attendants. They got jobs for bus drivers.
okay, I want my money because we mentioned jet bus like a million times.
Just like 100 times. Yeah. Yeah, they pay like $300 a day.
I mean, with all that money they making, they could afford to do that.
Yeah,
Uh,
so you either work 4 days a week, and then that's 3 days off, or working 3 days and then 4 days off. So if you work 3 days, you make $900. That's not horrible to work 3 days a week.
no, that's a beautiful thing. And
Your
with
shift,
that,
whoa. Your shift is only 4 hours. Wait, should be able to drive a shift for up to 4 hours. Oh, that's driving.
wow.
I don't know how long this takes though.
But no, that's still pretty damn good.
That's not bad. $300 a day. That's
Pretty
good
damn good.
to drive.
Yeah, just to drive one way, like
It might be both ways. It might. I don't know how many times. It'll probably be both ways because that's 8 hours right there.
yeah, that's 8 hours. Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
4 hours one way and 4 hours the other way.
Wow,
Yeah, that's not bad.
that's pretty good. You
Yeah,
have any
hold on.
quotes for us today?
Hold on. I'm intrigued by this shit. Hold on. Let me do this math real quick. So that was it. Said okay. 300 divided by 8 equals. All right, that's $38 an hour. Anyway, it always seems impossible until it's done. Yes, and I also have one for this: leave who you were, love who you are, look forward to who you will become.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes,
I
sir.
love that. That's deep.
Great. Thank you, every one person, for
Happy
being here.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Many blessings to you.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Be safe. Uh, leave the past in the past, and
Yes.
just have an amazing 2022.
Yeah. And thank you for rocking with us this year. We're gonna have some great stuff coming next year. And as always, it's so important, wash your ass.
Well, especially since this is the end of the year,
Yeah,
make
wash it
sure you
good.
wash your
So it's
ass
clean for the rest
thoroughly.
of the year.
All
Yeah.
right, from 2022.
All right.
And we out.
Peace.